What's up, guys? Welcome back to this episode of the Road to Redemption podcast. I'm, as always, your host, Cam Williamson. I'm trying to fix the camera. Sorry, we gave Samuel the day off, so we're back to it being all screwy. Hold on. Samuel's actually in school because he's a responsible, senior in high school, and he has to be in school right now. Anyway, back! Road to Redemption podcast. It's good to be with you guys. I'm kind of in a weird setup. I know the set keeps changing. It's not really a set. It's just my office. It's my studio. Very happy to be back with you guys. I'm going to try to touch on some serious topics, but I'm going to try to spread the love, spread the positivity as always. Not going to lie, it's going to be a challenge for me. It's going to be a challenge just because it's been a heavy week. It's been a very heavy week. Yeah, we'll get into it right now. So, there's a lot going on. Last time we touched base, a man had been shot 6 times. It was kind of in question as to whether or not he was an abuser of women or whatever the situation was. We've had so many things happen since then, I haven't even had time to follow up on that one. Right now, as we stand, I believe California, Oregon, and another state, maybe Pennsylvania? Not Pennsylvania. I don't know. Oregon, California, and some other places are massively, massively on fire. That's devastating. And especially because I heard through the grapevine, now this just maybe because I'm in the photography scene now, but I heard through the grapevine that it was somebody like trying to do a photo shoot or something. Somebody messing around with flares or lights or something like that out in the middle of the freaking woods. Yeah, it's no good. There's protests going on right now, and I was literally just looking up one. I kind of got distracted by one because there's one currently going on in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Heads up, gun bunnies, you're not gonna like this one. A gun bunny, just so for everyone that knows, is a girl, especially attractive females on Instagram, who shoot guns and go through tactical situations or post all these bikini tactical pictures. Whether you can shoot or not, they call them gun bunnies. Now, back when the phrase first started, it was females who could not shoot, who just wore bikinis and held guns. Now it's kind of just a gun bunny is any female who is attractive, who is in the gun scene. Well, guess what? Remember when your parents told you the things you post online can come back to bite you in the ass? This did. So there was a woman, she's very popular, apparently in Pennsylvania, on Instagram. She does a lot of like tax shooting type stuff. She's a police officer. Sure, it's very popular in those realms. The situation was a car accident. 911 was called, and someone said that a man had driven a vehicle into multiple vehicles and then hopped out wielding a knife. Seemed to be accurate from the body cam footage I saw. I'm not sure why in some of these situations body cam footage has audio and some doesn't. I'm sure maybe that's just by department. I don't know. I heard her drop the knife. Man dropped the fucking knife. Third time, drop the knife. Bang, 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 bang. Okay. Ifs, ands, or buts. We can play that game. Due to the distance of him being away from her, she could have used tasers and other things like that. Sure, she could. So the defense, and you guys know I'm going to play devil's advocate. I hope that's why you come here at this point. Because that's what I'm going to do. We're going to go to trial because social media doesn't want to do that. People want to protest and smash and do all these things, which I believe you should protest. I just think you should know what you're protesting. Because let's look at it. Let's just dive into it. So from the video I saw, which was blurry, given, she is operating to the left of her cruiser. She hops out and she's walking. She is gun drawn from the time that I saw. She's instructing him. His defense has said, I heard his attorney say he was walking in a non-threatening manner with his hands to his side. He was shirtless, so you could see there was nothing strapped to him. Okay. He's walking at her. Okay. That walking at someone with a knife would be considered a threatening action, given you're not in the kitchen. Or hunting or something, I guess, where that would be a fitting thing to do. She opens fire. Should she have opened fire? In hindsight, no. On ground, on scene, I don't know. I truly don't know, because he's already terrorized people, right? He's already shown no remorse, right, for this action he just caused that's still progressing in front of you. You have to now address this, because I remember a situation a while back where they had shot a man who was really of no threat to the general public. He wasn't like trying to get, or he didn't have anything and he was running. Well, in this situation, he's already been known to be a threat to the public because he crashed his own vehicle into multiple vehicles, hopped out wielding a weapon, ready to keep this party rocking. So for his defense to come out and say, well, he's psychotic, I agree. That's probably going to be their defense. It always is. To say, well, he took his shirt off so he could, you could see there was nothing on him. Well, the other thing I see is a fucking knife, and he's running at me with it. After he just used what he had, which is his vehicle, as a weapon. Why am I going to let him get to me, who has a gun, and let's see how this thing plays out? No. But again, as an officer-minded person in this scenario, from what I saw, yeah, I mean, you're already seeing that the car accident didn't slow him down much. That's going to lead me to believe that he's either adrenaline riding, he's drug high, or he's drunk or something, because that should have at least slowed him down. Something. He hops out, still screaming and carry on. Now I'm going to go ahead and believe that we got drugs involved or serious mental illness. Those are two things I can't do much with. I can't do much with those at all. Especially if you're chasing me down, and that I'm the worst thing you could reach because I have the next level of threat. No, sorry, I can't let that happen. Now, there's a lot of variables to this. Why did she respond to that call alone? She didn't seem to have backup. Sure, get to the scene, but I don't know. That seems like a pretty hectic scene to arrive to alone. They said that there was other officers around, no other officers fired. Well, he seemed to be squaring off with her, so there really would not have been another reason for any of the other officers to fire outside of she could have even been waiting. I mean, drawing on him going, I'm going to give him till here. If he crosses that fucking line that I'm looking at, and these boys don't stop him, you pick the right one. Bang, 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 bang. Now this guy's teenage daughter wants to sue the Pennsylvania Police Department that he worked for his death. Is that warranted? In this situation, I'm going to go out on a limb and say no. I'm sorry, darling. Your father was ill. Your father was definitely struggling with something. I have empathy for that. I don't have sympathy for someone who takes that and somehow it gets to a place where we're crashing cars into people, families. We could play out all the things. What if there was a pregnant woman and a baby? We could, but we don't need to. We know what the fact of the matter is. I need to just look it up because, let me see right here. Protests in California. Because I'm not going to be disrespectful and be like, It's not the George Floyd one. I just heard about one in California, but apparently it's not something I need to focus too much on. Somebody else got shot. There's always been more shootings. I'm seeing, and you know what? I'm kind of glad that I don't remember, because that's going to force me to just talk about what I want to talk about, which is not this stuff at all. At all. I want to talk about real life and things that actually affect us. So, here lately, I've been distant, I think is safe. I've not been distant because things upstairs are slowing down, like I'm not losing creativity or anything like that. I have so much going on. Most of it is good. Most of it causes a lot of stress for me, right? It's life. I am finding myself in a place in life where I have to be very careful because of the amount of freedoms that I have. I'm trying to still build the same life that I've always told you guys about, but we're really close, guys. We're really close. And I have a few minor speed bumps that are holding me back, as far as just, again, things from my past that seem to always somehow present themselves repetitively in my life, whether I take actions for them to or not. Sometimes you have to pay for consequences for things longer than you may think. Sometimes, guys, things don't work out the way you think they're going to. Sometimes you really do lose the zest for life. What do I mean when I say the zest for life? When you wake up, I don't know, for some of you it may have been a really long time since you've woken up and you've genuinely been happy just from the moment you're bang, oh wow, man, I have a feeling. When was the last time you asked yourself, or you told yourself, I feel like today's going to be a really good day? Most people don't say that a lot. I would say 2 weeks ago, I was saying that almost every morning when I woke up. Today's going to be a really good day. I don't know why. I just feel it. I was deep in my meditation practice. And then life happened, right? So while you're trying to be a good person, spiritually, mentally, physically, all that, we operate under a structure where we have 24-hour days. So we all get the same 24-hour days as everybody else, or 24 hours in a day as everybody else. We all know that. So if I am the type of person, which I am, that I wake up somewhere around 2 in the morning to 4 in the morning, I usually go to sleep by 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. I get up, I drink coffee, I meditate, I journal, I watch things to get motivated. I wait for my family to wake up. When they wake up, my wife goes to work, kid goes to school, I come to work. Then I go to work all day long, where my work is everything that I love, it's everything that I care about, it's the thing that I hope gets me out of I don't want to say gets me out of the situation I'm in. I hope that what I'm doing now is what I believe it is, which is that thing where we go, that was it. That was the thing that made it all work. And then my real goal comes to be, which is I get more time with my older daughter, my youngest daughter, my wife, my family here at the studio. Like, we all work together all day long, but like, we don't see each other that much. Not really. It may look like it if you follow us on social media, because we're constantly tagging each other when we go out to lunch and stuff like that, but some of that stuff is like, hey, can we meet up real quick just so we can see each other and say hey and just show love as we work in the same building? But most of us work completely different schedules because we're all different businesses. We're all doing different things. So that's a struggle. We're still dealing with issues here in the city. I've taken a strong stance against the corporate job I used to work, and I've gone after their bullshit. I told you guys in the last video uploaded to YouTube. If you guys aren't watching the other videos, please go do that. But I was talking in the last video, not a podcast, just talking about what the best of Clarksville is and how it's a scam and whatever. Well, because of that video, I get a lot of people in town now hitting me up, going, hey man, we'd like to work together, we like your mindset, F all that noise kind of thing. So that's cool, but that's bringing a lot onto me. My schedule and my business plate, it's filling up, when I'd never intended for what I'm doing now to be a lot of like business driven stuff. I know business, I can do it, I have done it, I can sell just about anything. You know, I've worked for auto repair or auto services, fucking anything, food, clothes, hats, shoes. I mean, I've sold it all. Fucking supplements, everything, personal training, everything. I've sold it. Jewelry, gun, I mean, everything. Marketing, sales, I just don't like where it is. I don't like where we are as a country with it, and I don't like the seeming unwillingness from the American people to stop being knowingly lied to and manipulated. It's like watching, if you had a sister that was dating a guy and he was always treating her bad, and you were like, hey man, that ain't right, you shouldn't put up with that, and she goes, I know, and then the next day she goes right back and does it again. Well, at some point you go, well, hey, you keep getting your ass kicked. I'm not going to jail because you want to be stupid. That ain't happening. You know, 2010 me, sure, yeah, because it made sense then. Beat somebody's ass, deal with it later. No. We got kids around here. Like, no. And, yeah, man, you just got to think. You got to really think. I want to make a difference, but I want to make a service-based difference, and I want to make a genuine difference that's going to last. I don't want to be a quick little internet fad. I'm not trying to be a TikTok famous. I have a TikTok now, but don't worry about following it. It's literally just me doing silly little lip syncs and making sure that my kids stay on their P's. In Q's, I should say, because I don't know how people could take that today. Stay on your P's and Q's. I keep my employees accountable so I can watch their social medias and stuff. Not as some kind of like boss or anything, but just more like an older brother that's going to watch out for you and know if I see certain things or you hanging around certain places, I'm going to bust you upside your head. Simple stuff like that. With life has been good. We get to see my daughter this weekend, Taya. Can't wait for that. As far as life lessons that I've learned, and the one thing that I want to, I guess, will end this episode with, I'm sorry, I know it was kind of all over the place. I can't fill my brain with all this protests and stuff, so like, it's hard for me to try to kick the show off and try to get my brain going with like that stuff when I genuinely don't fill my time with it. Like, I just can't. Like, I watch people. I watch the way that they search for it. They search for all of it. They search for the negative. They search for the police shootings. They search for the heartbreak. They search for the shock. They search for the bling. They search for the whatever. We're always searching. What are we searching for? Something to fill our time. Why? Because whatever we're doing right now is not good enough. Why? We know for a fact that there are foreign governments ramping up social media things and videos and things that aren't even real, and that our media outlets are grabbing them and airing them out of ignorance. We all know this. We've all keep screaming about it on the left and the right, the red side, the blue side, every side on Capitol Hill. We're all acknowledging that they're all fucked. But every day, you go back to the watering hole. Why? You're drinking out of poisoned water, wondering why you feel sick. It's knowing you know the poison is there. You watch them pour it in. They've admitted to pouring it in. It couldn't be any more clear. It's not the only water you can drink either. So why? If a police officer killed a person, okay, I can't bring that person back. I can't. I don't have that ability. I hear about it, right? I don't even know the races of the people involved, which I'm surprised because usually that's target number one. I think now, I do know what the LA one was. Fucking 2 cops got shot sitting in their patrol cars. Hey, no, fucking assholes. Now, I don't know if background checks were done and they picked 2 officers. That doesn't still make it okay. It looks as everything would seem to be a random act where police were seen, therefore almost an opportunist type thing happened. He just walked straight up, bang, 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 and then ran off. It looked like a kid to me. It was terrible security footage, but it looked like a kid to me. The way he was, go watch the video. He looks like the kid from the Christmas movie when he's running like this. That's what he looks like. He looked like a kid running away. But a kid is not going to be able to get up over a driver. Bang, bang, bang. They said that one was shot in the face, one was shot in the head. I was real proud this morning when I was driving in. I was listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show, and that was pretty much all he said. He was like, that person needs to go to prison. Straight up. To prison forever. You're gone. And then the people on his show said something very profound, yet very simple. It's not about being against the police. It's about being against police brutality. We need the police. You ever been in trouble? Ever had someone break in your house? Whether you can handle your business or not, it's always nice to know you have backup. Guys, the people who are cops, they don't want. Now, I'm talking for the good ones because that's all I can do. I can't, just like when I talk about people, I'm not speaking for murderers, rapists, pedophiles. They're an exclusion. That's a separate shithole group of people that most of us try really hard not to keep clumping them in with the rest of us as normal, functioning, trying to be good people society. But again, we take to these things, our phones, and then we get convinced that all police are shitheads and all black people are gangsters and all white people are fucking simple macaroni eating, cheese eating motherfuckers. And it's like, well, okay, fine. If that serves you in some way to feel that way, I guess, fine. But remember, everyone who's so quick to throw up a thin blue line or I stand with this, fuck these BLMs and all these people too. Here's my call to you. As military, as police, I've always believed we need to do a much better job of policing our own. I say that with as much passion and enthusiasm as I have always have, and I mean it more and more today. That's just, I don't think anybody could question why I would feel that way at this current moment. We got to start doing better on social media. I know people are going to think this is real dramatic to say. If y'all don't think that social media is a war ground or a battleground, you're wrong. Our enemies' countries, like operatives, are on your TikTok. They're making videos and they're making things go viral and they're doing things that mess effectively every day with your daily life. The things you spend your time on, the things you believe. Have you ever watched a movie before? Say like The Sixth Sense? Where you watch the whole entire movie and at the very end you go, what the fuck? Y'all, a lot of y'all, about to have a what the fuck moment coming for you. A real big one. Everything you think you know is bullshit. It's bullshit. I can promise you that. This will either be what makes my career or kills me as a person because I'm so tired of the corruption I can't take it anymore. Guys, everybody who's not just a staff member at your local city, every city is pretty much the same. I don't care where you live. Check in and tell me I'm wrong. Tell me actually I live right here and I know that this isn't the truth from where I live. Because here's a truth bomb coming. The people, right, here's the big thing right now. Banks, right, cryptocurrencies, get away from banks. Get away from what banks? PNC, Huntington Bank, I'm not going to remember any of them right now. I haven't used US Bank, all the big ones, right? People are trying to get rid of them. Especially in the South, like where I live in Tennessee, the big thing to do is join a local credit union or a local bank. So we have a few local banks here. The person who owns the most popular pizza shop in the city also is a shareholder and part owner of the local bank. And then they invest all their money in the marketing team that owns all the exposure over the area. And then they work with this mayor and this governor and this senator and that. And then all of a sudden, you're reading stories about all these things that are blowing your mind. And oh my God. Guess what stories you're not reading? Everything that's happening. All the dirty, grimy, nasty shit that's really going on out in the world. All the people that they're putting under jackets and skipping out back doors. All the phony numbers they're selling. All the money that's getting tunneled through cities under fake LLCs and fake nonprofits and doing sketchy shit under nonprofit names and doing things under the names of being a good person but really only doing it so you can tunnel funds. It happens everywhere. And it happens all the way from your local PTA to your Girl Scout cookie salesmen's up to, like I said, who's voted the best pizza of the city you live in to tap into the next biggest city closest to you. So like for us, it would be Nashville. And then you just watch this power and this money kind of community grow. And as this community grows, you start to notice a lot of oppression. I don't think it's always racial oppression, but racial oppression is always present when there are human beings. Because human beings forget about humanity quite often. So as a human being, we should love all people. as a human who has physically and on a daily basis at this point almost is watching systemic racism happen. I watch it happen every single day. I watch people who hold certain positions use that position as leverage throughout a community to keep certain businesses and certain people right here, and they'll do everything up to and including using political and law enforcement power to make sure that that stays the case. Guys, people don't come up with like mafia movies and stuff like that because it's not inspired by anything. Just like with Halloween movies and stuff like that, like all this scary stuff, guys, people are only putting out sometimes a dramatic, but it's just a reflection of the reality. They may be hyping it up with the Don Corleones and the whatever, but guys, like mafia mindsets and money moves like that and like power moves and these closed door meetings and that shit is real. That happens. The people who operate inside of your PTAs may also be working with politicians to fuck over your local flower shop because one time they offered you a sales meeting and that you disrespected them by not taking it. That's real. So now a lady who just wants to open her own flower shop and just be successful or do whatever, or candles or whatever she wants to do, if you don't agree and adhere to join these certain foundations or groups or buddy up to certain people or do business with these certain groups and be seen in these networks, well then, I'm sorry, but you cannot have access to success here. Well, we'll see. It's the road to redemption, guys. I love you. See you in the next episode. Like, subscribe, do all that. We out.